Hello again. In this video we're going to talk about batteries, specifically these golden power batteries that are supplied with a lot of the multimeters that I've been testing. I have a friend of mine who purchased one of the CEM meters after I bought mine, and when he went to turn it on, the meter wouldn't power up. So he took the cover off and he measured the battery voltage, and it measured, I think he said, like 9.4 volts or something. So he was assuming the meter was actually defective. But he went ahead and installed a new battery, and sure enough, the meter powered up just fine. So I took his battery and I installed it in another X-Tech meter, and sure enough, that meter would not power up with that battery. So I brought that battery home and I compared it against some other golden power batteries that I had out of other meters. And that particular battery had a date code of 2015-04. I had another battery here that had the exact same date code, and it was fine. All these batteries basically measured the exact same weight. They all measured roughly the same voltage. Two of them I've actually been using in meters, so their voltage is a little lower. But the oddball one actually measured 9.7 volts with an open circuit. So I took this 3.9 k ohm resistor and I started to measure all these batteries with a load on them. And most of them would read, slightly lower, except the one that came out of my buddy's meter, and that battery dropped all the way down to 3.2 volts. So I took the battery apart, thinking that the problem may have been with the crimp joint in this area. I measured directly across the cell pack, and again I measured like 3.2 volts or so. So I went ahead and I dismantled the entire cell array, and I measured each cell independently. And when I did it open circuit, they all measured roughly the same value. But then when I put this resistor across each cell, one cell measured 0.65 volts. The rest of them were reading all roughly 1.5 volts. What you see down here, this is the remainder of the cell. Not much left. Here's the bottom metal plate out of it. So you can see what the cells look like apart. All we're going to do is put these back together, minus the one cell that's missing. We'll tape this all up and we'll see if we can get this thing to power anything. So normally this would be pressed together inside of the can, and of course we're not going to be able to reuse this, so you can see I've just taken a wire tie, wrap that around. I'll just cinch this thing down really good. And we'll just cover this up with another layer of tape. So here's our taped up cell. Notice we left the important date code on the bottom. So if we go ahead and measure this, and it's been through a lot, I'm not so sure that we're making real good contact here. But what I'll do is we'll go ahead and install this into the meter. Let's see if it'll power up. And of course there's no battery indicator. And of course the batteries failed in the camera, but you can see the meter still running just fine. Nice clear display, no battery indicator active. So yeah, I would say whatever was wrong with this battery, it appears just to be a single cell. It just seems strange. I've never seen a battery behave like that where the open circuit voltage was so high. Typically you'll see the whole battery will just kind of drain down, but Definitely kind of an oddball failure. I guess if you buy a new meter and it comes with one of these golden power batteries and it doesn't turn on and the battery voltage seems okay, you may want to double check and just make sure that the battery isn't the problem. Yep, that's all for now. Till the next meter.